I overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of my testimony. The blood of the Lamb has cleansed you this week. Now it's your job to go tell somebody about what happened to you. A testimony only comes from a test, something you've gone through. And I don't know about any of y'all, but I've never taken a really easy test, not even in school. So, your testimony is important. It's powerful. It empowers you to say, hey, I know what you've been through. I've been there. And I can pray with you. Or if you haven't been through it and you know a friend that has, you know, I don't know what you've gone through, but I have a really good friend who would love to talk to you. Okay? So who wants to go first? Tori.
All right, Tori.
I'm Tori.
Hi, Tori.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Debbie, EJ, Jack, and Montana. I've been through a lot with my dad. It's scary. I just want to thank the people I cried on and prayed with. Debbie, Marissa, Ashley, Christina, especially one of my best friends, Molly. Nobody understands any better. On Sunday, the very first day to camp, we went to get prayed for. I was walking towards Debbie, but it felt like something told me to go to Ashley. She went through problems with her dad too. I told her my dad was an alcoholic and he did drugs. I was scared to tell her he abused my mom when I was a kid. And he also kidnapped me from school on my 13th birthday and took me to Texas and wouldn't let me come back. And my mom drove all the way there with my best friends and picked me up. It was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me, and I haven't seen him since October 2012, and he hardly ever tries to talk to me. So it's really hard for me to see anyone drink or trust anyone at all. My dad promised me we would always stay together because I was his number one and always with me. The one that was the worst lie he's ever had.
That was the worst lie he said yet. So there's another example to not drink and do drugs. It doesn't just hurt you. I love you guys.
Love you.
Okay. Molly has a testimony. I've had a problem with my mom ever since I can remember. She's an alcoholic and has done a lot of drugs. There has been one time in my life, it was so bad that she was screaming and yelling at me to get out of the house. So I did. I got my stuff and I just started walking. I had to go back to get something. Worst mistake of my life. She got physical. I will never forget that day. There's just a few people I want to thank. Debbie, Christina, Ashley, Montana, Miss Nasa, and especially Tori. Tori has been here with me since day one. Me and her go through the same things. But I just want to thank you all, to all of them, because they have given me hope for someone I never thought I would have hope for. They've helped me believe, and I love you guys.
Let's go.
Who of the boys didn't get to testify yesterday?
They did.
He did.
Every boy did.
Brandon.
Owen.
He's hiding by Brittany.
Brandon.
Brandon Williams. You quiet.
Come up here.
Get high.
You're supposed to keep your head up. I remember that last night.
Hey.
He made it better because when I was at school, I used to my teachers and stuff. And I started a lot of people. Now I've only seen my dad once.
All right, Coco. Come on, sister.
Just wanted to say thank you for all you guys continue to make me feel like family here. Cindy and Kurt, you guys are like second parents to me. You guys are awesome. And this has really been extreme this week. And I appreciate it.
Preston, he's what do you have up there?
What up? Well, I'm Brandon Miles. I'm Preston Miles.
Well, first off, I just want to say that this whole family is great. Like the Youngs and the Millers. I mean, because we come to this church on a normal basis. Like we go to World Outreach Church since I was 3, and they just let me come every summer, and it's awesome. And I come here, and I haven't even seen her talk to them in a year, and I feel like I come here all the time. I've known everybody for a long time, so I just want to say thanks. Some churches don't let you go to camp unless you're a faithful attendant to the church and stuff. So people are great. This camp's great. So thanks. So anyway, and I don't have some dramatic life change that I had here. Because my first year was 08, and I think Fighting for a Generation, and it was awesome. And I think that's the year that changed my life. And I just come here every year, and it just gets better and better. And but I did realize kind of what the quiet time verse was talking about this morning about getting what did it say? Oh yeah, growing weary, when you're doing good, and to not grow weary. Well, that's what was happening to me. I feel I was kind of getting spiritually lethargic or something. I got kind of caught up in playing guitar, kind of what you was talking about the other day. Music was a big distraction. And even though I played in my church and I use that gift for good, I would, I'd go to my quiet time and realize I just grab the guitar and I'd be playing for hours and just realize that I got out of the habit of getting quiet time, or I'd watch, or read reviews on an amp, because I was trying to buy the right one. I realized I was getting quiet time anymore. And so just coming here this year, it was just a total escape. I don't play guitar on the weekends or, mess with pedals or anything like that. So I've done quiet time every day. It's awesome. And awesome. And another thing is that Yeah, thanks, Pastor Cindy, for making the best room possible for me. It was awesome. I had Patrick and Thomas and Earl from my counselor. What? Yes. So anyway, and it was awesome. This year was great. And I have to say that one thing that really impacted my life this year was I've always dealt with a problem of not feeling like I had a value. That was, just, I know that God had a plan for me, and I have value in back because I was always told that, but I felt like I had no like purpose here, like that, you know, even if he had a plan for me, would I be accepted, you know, would I be wanted, you know, even if I was here to it, even if I was capable, you know, and that was one of the things that I threw when the church came on the first night, and that was just like really, really impacted me. And even, you know, PK shot, it was like, it's gone, you know, and I know that, you know, that I'm just going to do it. I have confidence in it. So, yeah.
This year, me and PK were pretty much just talking, and he pretty much got the words right on my mouth. I didn't come as a camper, and I came as a counselor. Well, I was a counselor, but in my mindset, I wasn't a counselor. I came as an adult, and this is my. If anyone didn't know, all right, I'm a manager, and I've got pretty much no free time. This was my vacation, and it was like the best vacation I could probably ever ask for. Just total escape. Me, God, quiet time this year was amazing. I don't think it's ever been this intense since I've started coming here. And then something that really just took my breath away is, hey Drew, can you come here real quick? This guy, he was me 8 years ago. And just, it took my breath away. It's like, wow, I came in like this guy right here, just so hungry, and I can already see what he's going to grow up to be. He's become, I want to say man of God, but that doesn't even equal up to what he will become. He's going to become like a fighter. He's going to be like a Navy SEAL, dude. Go in, sweep in, get the job done, and move on to the next job. You know? Like a God ninja type thing going on. There you go. And so, like, I mean, I was talking to Pastor Cindy the other night where I'm just like, wow, has it really been that long? Am I grown up that much? And just, if it wasn't meant for this, if it wasn't for this camp, really, I don't know where I would be. To be honest, I'd probably be in a grave right now. I haven't really gone into detail about my testimony. My brother, we're best friends. We're super close. We're very, we actually love each other. Sorry, Jeff. Bad one, but it's okay. He just found out part of my testimony that no one really ever, I never sat down and talked to him. I was living a rough life. Something people just would never see me doing because they don't see me doing that kind of stuff when they look at me. I was in drugs, alcohol. I couldn't go. I was deep in. Can I get kind of serious with y'all real quick? I don't know if you are too young for this. All right. I was deep in pornography. I mean, it ruled my life. It drove the anger that I had. PK is probably the only one I can actually say who knew the anger I had, except for Brandon. Because I took it out on him, and I thank God every day that he doesn't hate me. Because just the wrath I took onto him, the forgiveness my brother has for me is just, it's miraculous, really. It's God-given right there. So if it wasn't for this camp, I really can't tell you. This camp saved my life. Year after year after year. This kept me on that road. And just, if you personally made the choice to come here, you probably made the most fantastic, 100% best choice you've ever made in your life. And please come next year, because you think this was good, it keeps doing this. Because I can say that year after year, I have come expecting so many expectations, and it goes way above. So if you're expecting what happened this year, next year, you're going to be mind blown.
Thank you guys so much. Nasa, okay. Okay, all the counselors? Okay. So you don't have to come back up if you don't want to.
Where's Staples at?
I heard
Who's Staples?
Staples.
Staples.
I'm sure. That's awesome. Where's Amanda?
She's already over there.
So you're telling me that you guys can sit out here with them sitting up there and not think? I want to tell you something. In this setting, you guys are the best counselors this camp's ever had in 12 years. And I'm not saying any year we've ever had bad counselors. That's just how good you guys are. It made Cindy's job and my job and what we do not only worth it, but I look forward to it. I came into camp already depressed almost because I knew it was going to have to end. But that's how much, 1 year or 1 week out of the year blows my mind. And I look at it as Dr. Larry Lee says that there's 7 demarcations in the Lord's Prayer that we should go through. This is one of my demarcations for the year to get me through. Not just to get through the year, but man, would it put you in such a place to want to be with them, but to want to be with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kurt and Cindy, because this means so much to me. I know it does to all of us, and I don't know if you kids know how much you each mean to us, to me. Like, I could pick out something from each one of you guys that you added to me this week, and like to see you all working and moving in the ministry and praying for each other and just generally caring about each other and not just be so worried about yourself just blows me away. And I had a couple of my prayers coming into this week was that your roots would go deep, because you see so many times that and the Bible talks about it, that all of a sudden you're on fire for God, you're sold out to Jesus, and 2 weeks later you act like you were never even here. And I did not want that to happen to you guys. You guys are the generation now. I love that. I love the generation now, because you are in it. You're both legs, both feet on the floor, going. And I do not, that's been my biggest prayer for all of you, is that your roots, and I think your roots have really gone deep this week. Nothing, when you go home, nothing is going to snatch this away from you. And my prayer also, just to be praying a simple prayer and to see it actually manifest in somebody's life blows me away. My prayer for Nate has been that he would have an obedient heart and a humble spirit, and that's what I've always tried to tell him, is to be humble. Be humble. You get farther in life being humble, and I've really seen God transform him in just a few days, because I knew that camp was going to be amazing, because of the opposition that I had just to get him here. And I know that you guys love him and care about him, and so I don't want him to lose that. And I feel your love too. And but you kids just keep being strong, keep telling people about what God has did for you and what you got from this camp. And we are here for you, but you guys are so for each other. It just blows me away, and I love that. Because, like, I'm just getting that now at this age. Like, you know, these people, Cindy, these women in this church, women that aren't here right now, Sean, Cindy Blankenship, all those, they are our posse. And I know that at any moment I can call them, and they're right there for me. Tricia, and you guys have that at this young age, and that's great. That is just awesome, and that's pretty rare sometimes. So hang on to each other. Don't lose contact. I mean, you know, and we're going to be blowing your phones up. I'll be knocking on your door. You're going to be here Sunday. You're going to be here. You're going to get up. You're going to be here. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you're going to be here. So get ready. We're not letting you wait and just come on Wednesday nights, because we need you. This church needs you. When you guys are up here praising and worshiping, you don't know what you do to the adults. Like, it blows us away. It blows us away. I remember when I first come to this church, the main thing that sticks in my head is seeing the kids up here, seeing the youth praising and just going crazy for Jesus. That blew me away. I couldn't even comprehend it. So just keep moving forward, keep being on fire for God, and to watch. I just pray. I'm just so thankful for Kurt and Cindy, because you guys push these youth. The youth that are in this church, they didn't come into camp needing something. They were ready. They were ready and prepared for camp already. The council is amazing, because you guys were already ready and praying and fasting for these kids that were coming, that this was their first camp or maybe their second camp, and you guys were pouring yourself into them already. It wasn't all about you. It was about them, and I love that. That speaks volumes for you guys. And to see Drew praying for people, and I mean, it's just, I'm in awe. It's going to take me a while to process all this. And God has did some stuff with me this week, even personally. Okay, I'll throw something. I'm good at it too. She is. You know, God's did a few new things in me this week too that I wasn't expecting, because I wasn't coming here for me. You know, I made sure, and I was glad that, you know, Kurt and Cindy was like, if you got anything you're dealing with, you know, get rid of it before you get here. And that spoke to me. You know, I made sure that I was good when I come in. But even in that, God did some stuff in me too. So, you know, and all of our, like, we only had, 5 verses for a quiet time? Every one of them spoke volumes to everything that was going on. You know, take those home, read over your notes, keep reading over them, because you're going to get new stuff from it. You know, it's God never gets lukewarm. He'll keep you on fire. So thank you all so much.
Nancy said just about everything that I was going to say. Thank you. So you're... I've been at camp since the beginning, and last year, I was pumped for camp, but and this is awful to say, but last year I was just kind of like, okay, it's camp, it's going to be the same thing, It always gets better, but it was just, for me, it had become routine, as sad as that is to say, it just kind of became that way. And I broke my arm and I couldn't go, and I didn't realize how brokenhearted I was that I didn't get to go. But because I didn't get to go, it took me out of that rut that I was in, and I almost felt like this was the first camp. Even though I only missed a year, it was like this was all, I don't know, it was just brand new. And I feel like my mind is blown because of how many of you guys are so confident in what God tells you to tell other people, the gifts that you guys have already. I was not that confident when I was your age. God would tell me something and I'm like, no, I don't know. Maybe I'll say it. Make my arm hurt, make my arm shake if you want me to say it. Or like stupid stuff. And you guys are just like, God told me this, and I said it. And it's just amazing. And you guys hold on to that because, you know, in the past year or so, I wasn't working in the gifts that God gave me. And yes, I still have my quiet time. Yes, my relationship with God was good, and all of that was good. But when you're not working in the gifts that God gives you, there is something missing. You can have an awesome relationship with God, but you have to work in your gifts. You get fulfillment out of that. God will bless you when you pray for other people, and you guys have felt that. So, I mean, I just encourage you guys to practice. If you guys start speaking in tongues for the first time, practice it. It will help you just every day, you know, for 10 minutes or whatever. Practice that. Don't lose it. Just keep, you know, keep trucking, keep going at it. And the gifts that you guys have, just continue to work in them. And you guys encourage me. Like, you make me, I'm like, man, I need to step my game up. Like, these kids are going to, you know, blow me out of the water. So, I'm really proud of all you guys. It's just amazing because some kids will go to the altar on Sunday and get what they need, and then they'll come back on Monday and get the same thing that they got on Sunday, but then they come back again on Tuesday to get what they need, and they come back again. But what you guys did is you got what you need, and then, okay, here I go. Now you get what you need. Now I'm going to help you get what you need. And it's like it just went. It's like everyone just kind of connected and flowed together. It was just awesome. I'm very proud of all of you, and I hope we all keep in touch, and I hope I see your faces again on the map.
Well, I don't want to be repetitive. Yeah, redundant, whatever. But I think the biggest thing that stood out to me this week was the quiet time that we had yesterday whenever we had some people come up and then you guys at the end, you know, because every year it is exactly, you know, it's the quiet time, morning praise and worship, games. And then yesterday I was like, well, you know, they keep talking about insanity, doing something different, you know, I was like, let's just do that. Because I know for me, sometimes doing a quiet time in my room by myself, I'm like, well, you know, my door's not thick enough, someone's going to hear me, or it just kind of feels awkward, you know. But seeing yesterday, because I could not stop crying yesterday, but it was because of you guys. Seeing 100% participation yesterday in that, and seeing you guys wanting more and being so in it. Because in past years, by yesterday, everyone has a bad attitude. They're ready to go home. Yep. We have to come up here and be like, listen, we have to remind them why they're here. We have to tell them they need to straighten up. We only have one day left, whatever. But yesterday, you guys were still so hungry for more that you were just laid out at the altar, you know, praising and everything and really getting into it for another, like, 30 minutes. And I was shocked by that because that has never happened. And like my dad said, you guys set a tradition. And that's 2013. That's what will always be remembered, is what we did yesterday. And thinking about everything that you guys got, what all you guys have done for each other, that whole brotherhood thug thing, awesome. I'm like so for that. Girls, we need to come up with something, okay? But it's so, it seriously brings me to tears seeing all that because of how connected you guys have come, not just as friends, but spiritually, like Ashley said. You get something, you go straight to somebody else. You're like, okay, what do you need? You know, let's do it. Let's do this. We know God's going to be there. Let's do it. And that has never happened either. So you guys have blown me away, and I'm so, so, so proud of you. We all are. We probably couldn't say it enough. And we better see you here because we are not kidding. We have your addresses and do know where you live. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true too. It was deep prayers. It wasn't just, okay, do you feel like you have it? Because if you do, you know, we can stop praying now. Or, yeah, there's deep. You guys are a different group, and I hope you realize that. Something deep has been instilled in you. You guys need to keep it. And how you keep it is your quiet time. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep doing that. And if you need help with it, or if you're like, I'm not really feeling it, I don't know what to do, call us. Like Debbie said, We can talk you guys through. We can talk to you. Because every day may not feel like it was yesterday. You have to push through it. It's hard. You have to make yourself do it. Mason, wake up.
Poor Mason.
Your eye. Did you see his eyes closed? It's okay. Just wake up. But I love you, all of you guys. I really, really love all of you guys. Like Mason said, you guys have you all have a piece of my heart. You really do. So I'm really proud of you guys.
Well, you guys are really amazing. I know we've all said it, but we really, we can't express it enough. You guys are awesome. And the altar calls were just amazing. And I mean, when I came here, to be honest, the week before camp, I honestly wasn't as excited as I've been every single year. I've been here since the beginning. This is my second year to be a counselor, and I was excited to have my girls and stuff like that. But for some reason, I wasn't feeling it. And then I started going through all my allergies crap, and which drive me insane. But I've been dealing with that, and I felt in my heart, I was like, the enemy is really trying to, make me feel like I'm not excited. And my mom even asked me, I think it was Tuesday, she asked me if I wanted to go home. And she was going to take me home, pull me away from camp, and my girls were going to go to another room or whatever. And I was like, no. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'm here, and I'm excited. I'm not the norm. It's like, I don't want to leave. And I just felt so strongly that, the enemy was just really trying to, especially, just this year, just really trying to pull me away and, make me feel like I'm not excited. And, and I honestly, I was really kind of struggling with it. I was almost thinking, I paid my money, and I was like, I almost don't, feel like going. Because it was kind of hard for me. And, and I came, and, I was pumped, and I was excited, and the first night was just amazing, and singing, and, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was like, I'm so glad I came, and I wasn't going to let the enemy pull me down either. I was like, no way. I was like, I could be sick the entire time, but I was like, I'm not going to, let anything happen to make me, feel like I'm not going to get anything out of this. And, I'm proud of all of you. And my girls that were in my room were just awesome. We had a lot of fun. And I can't wait until next year. And I know Snow is going to be more amazing than it was this year, because it really does. It steps up each year. So I'm excited, and I'm proud of that.
Well, yeah. This is the first year that I made it to today. And I don't sound like this, but I almost do. So, this year was amazing. I've been going to camp since, Fan the Flame was my first year. What year was that? 06. Wow. I've been going since 06. That's crazy. Anyways, it's my first year being a counselor, and I love my guys. Nate, Jack, Mason, dude, you guys are awesome. And whether Andre had to leave or not, I loved him too. He was great. You guys made it really fun, even though you got on my nerves last night, and I had to keep telling you to shut up. It was awesome. They just wouldn't go to sleep. Dude, how many freaking knock-knock jokes did you tell last night before you actually shut up? No. Who's there? Dude. You who? Oh, you who? They just started laughing. I was like, Nate, you gotta shut up, I'm gonna hit you.
I'm like, stop crying, fool.
Oh my gosh. And then, okay, you gotta stand up for brother. What was it, Brother Jim?
Yeah.
You gotta do Brother Jim for us real quick.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
You don't get it.
I wouldn't stop doing that.
It's a room
Inside
joke.
joke? Inside joke?
Yeah, room joke for sure.
That's cool. That's our inside joke, right, girls?
Quiet, Rick.
So, yeah, I'm really proud of you guys. Daquan, you keep it on your mouth.
I like you.
He goes.
to explain. But if all my thugs aren't here on Sunday morning, I might have to come find you, and it's not going to be pretty.
My mom works nights.
Anyways, if you need a ride, let me know, as long as you don't live like 45 minutes away, or talk to Debbie, or anyone else, or raise your hand up. Yeah, well, it's okay. But, man, I had a lot to say and I can't remember any of it. Oh, thank you for being so involved in praise and worship, because it really helps us on stage not to feel like we're up there just like being stupid and really going at it, and you're always like, what are they doing? You know, thank you for being so involved. We really appreciate it. It was awesome. You can't clap yet, I'm not done. You want to leave? You guys are awesome. I love how spirit-led all you guys are. I love how you were just you were yearning for it. You were so ready for it. And you guys accepted everything that was given to you. And I just love hearing the sound of my voice, so I'm going to hand the mic off.
Is this like the best week of the summer?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you guys involved here so I'm not falling asleep. Let me tell you, this is the second year I've counseled, and I am apprehensive. Last year I was apprehensive before, and then this year I was apprehensive because, man, I thought apprehensive about coming to be a counselor. You don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? I really didn't know if I should come because I have a lot to learn. And I still have a lot to learn. And I learned a lot from you. Guys, each of you are a blessing, and you're abnormal. And some of you are very abnormal in a sick way, but but you're so great to be around. You're each a blessing, and you're a blessing to each other. And don't ever lose touch with each other. You know, you guys have a common bond. And each person you're going to meet out there, you're going to have a common bond with each person. You may not connect in high school or middle school, but sit down and talk to them. If they look like they're troubled for any reason, ask them if they want to talk about it. Say you'll be there for them. This may not be your best friend, maybe somebody that you made fun of before. But take their hand, put your arm around them. It's important. School's hard. Life doesn't get easy. It's getting any easier. People break your heart. Let's try not to cry here. I need a nap. But keep it up, guys. You guys are crazy awesome, and just keep it up, okay? Keep it up through the summer. Keep it up. It's going to be hard keeping it up through the rest of the year till the next camp rolls around, but you can do it. Remember your version of today.
No, real quick. It's what I told my guys when we were in our circle over here. I pointed to each one of them and I said, what are you to him? What are you to him? What are you to him? And I said, what is this for you guys? And they started saying, oh, it was a brotherhood. It was a family. And I said, no, it's accountability. Each of you guys have to be accountability for each other. If you see one of your girls and you feel like they're going through something, you walk up and say, what's wrong with you? You're not acting like yourself. I said the same thing to my guys. Ask them what's wrong. and be sure and be that accountability for each other.
Real quick, there's no reason why you can't have everything that happened in these night services in church on Sunday or Wednesday night.
Yep.
If you push, just like you push every night service, it can be the same. You can have those same services. You can have the same feelings. You can have all that. You can keep it. And it can grow and it can get better and bigger. There's no reason why you can't, you should have to wait an entire year to get these type of services. It's up to you. You push, you pray, you praise, and you give it all you got. And you can have it all year long. It doesn't just have to be at camp. It gets better at camp and it just keeps getting better and better and better, but you can have it all year.
When Zach said, you're accountable you guys are accountable to each other. If someone comes up and you are dealing with something, and they ask you what's wrong, tell them, don't try to do it alone.
Yeah.
Don't try. It's too hard. You guys have been trying to do stuff by yourself for a long time, and this week you had help and you overcome a lot of stuff. And it wasn't little stuff. This is big stuff. Some people that are adults still push that stuff down inside of them and have problems. You guys have amazing people around you who love you and genuinely care about you. So if there's something that's bugging you and they don't recognize it, tell somebody, hey, I got a problem.
Yeah.
Send a text to your girls or your guys and say, dude, I just need prayer. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to get into detail. I've got an issue and I need some prayer. We all know how to pray in the Spirit. God knows what you need.
When the girls came to thinking that you aren't going to change and learn or anything, and you guys have actually inspired us just watching you guys. Like, there have been things that even us as adults struggle with that we see you guys going through and you guys advancing to the next round and stuff. So, props to you guys. And also, 14 or 15 people received speaking in the tongues, and there are adult Christians that has prayed for that for 5 or 6 years and still hasn't gotten it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good on the cleanups.
Okay.
All right. Well, this year has been, it's been excellent. It's just been a lot more than I expected. I wasn't the counselor last year. I got to be, play and being involved and stuff with, the activities and all that. But it was something that I did miss, and I regretted not actually being a part of it. And this year, I had a really good quiet time last week, and it set me in a path to be excited for what was to come here. I had some good prayers answered, and it was really just about other people, the people in my room, seeing the things that were going to happen. I'm just very thankful for the fact that so many great things happened with so many great people. It's about all I got to say.
I don't know if you guys, how many times you guys have been in this sanctuary before today or before this week. I don't know how many of you guys have actually just showed up for camp, and this is the first time you've been in here. But I will tell you that the spirit of this house will not change just because these walls come down.
Yeah.
Where they were going is that, this house is sensitive to the spirit. So if you want to have a camp meeting on Sunday morning, these walls don't have to be up. All you have to do is press in, and it will be felt on this stage. And we have, we've had complete sermons that just have never gotten preached, because this house will follow the Spirit, and we will have camp meetings in the middle of this sanctuary, and day or night, exactly. So you can show up and anticipate what's going to happen, and the Lord will work in this house every single time. It doesn't have to be, oh well, we're back to the 45-minute sermon. It'll be all right. I'll get through it. Hey, I wonder where we're eating lunch. It really, it will be what you show up expecting, and that's when God shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, just the other thing is, just remember that picture of the vomit. I mean, because literally, if you've got something in your life, you've been set free from it, and the stuff that I was dealing with, it got to the point where I literally just pictured, and the Lord says, hey, you are free. You are actively free. So now you are choosing to return to the vomit. You effectively have said, thanks for my freedom. Oh, I'm going back. Thanks. I appreciate what you've done for me. I'm going to go get some more vomit.
Wow.
So if you are free, which you are, then remember that. And if you have to put that picture next to your computer monitor, guess what? It's going to make it a lot harder to look at porn when you're staring at the vomit that you're getting ready to go search for.
Wow.
I mean, it's, that's just how, you need to start looking at it. There's a lot of stupid things you can do. But if you realize and accept your freedom, then don't go back to the bottom.
Kind of tough on me. Me and Daddy's kind of old fixtures. Every year we realize how much you guys mean to us. A lot of you guys have been in my home. You're my kids. God's given you a special grace to go through the things you went through that I haven't. The pain you've known, you've been released of it. You received it. You've been given the tools, the knowledge, the freedom to chase after God. You've learned a little bit about who you are in Christ. The power that you have within you, how beautiful you are. Men, how powerful you are. You girls demand nothing but perfection out of the men that come into your lives. Nothing short of perfection. Because if you're anywhere near my household, my extended family, I'll expect nothing short of perfection out of people that I love each and every one of you girls. You break my heart when you're hurting. You knew badge that kind of. This woman has been such a blessing in my life, and she drags you guys through my door. You ever doubt who you are in Christ, any of you, come curl up next to me. We'll discuss it. I mean that. You may have things that go wrong in your lives. People may fail you. Come hang out with us. Get you back on track. We'll always be there for you. Every moment.
This house has been such a blessing to me and my family. You know my biological kids. They've been over backwards for you too. You older ones that have been going to camp here forever. We love all of you. You are our heart. If you ever need anything, come to me. I truly love you, and my prayer this week has been that you guys are able to run with this and not fall away. It breaks my heart whenever you are not able to. The accountability is so important. Not necessarily to say, beat you over the head when you screw up, but to sit there and pick you up and tell you you can move on. That you are awesome. You're beautifully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
You are powerful. You are anointed. You're blessed. The Holy Spirit is within you. You guys are receiving the Holy Spirit in such large numbers. That is the power. That is the difference between making it and going back to the same old life. Denise talked about picked on school. I was picked on all the way through my school. That was really tough on me. Eventually I overcame that. I became the popular kid. Then I did the picking. And then whenever I got out of school, God dealt with me in pretty harsh ways. I'm tough on you guys. I've heard all week, EJ be nice, EJ be nice, EJ be nice. Don't let that fool you. I'll beat anybody down that ever tried to hurt you. I love you guys that much. I would lay myself down for you. Thank you all for being a part of my life. I appreciate it.
Does anybody else want to testify? Anybody else? Okay. Go, Randy, ask her a question.
I don't know, they keep beating somebody in the head.
You guys, we know you're spent. We know you're tired.
But we are too.
Everybody's tired. We literally have 1 hour left of camp.
No, don't say that.
Oh, let's do this. Give these out to your counselors personally. I mean, to your campers personally. What's on the screen now is next year. It may change a little bit, it may be amended, it may be upgraded, but where I am right now, I've had 2 or 3 people ask me what I'm feeling about next year. But here's the thing I want you to realize. This isn't over.
Amen.
If anything, this is the beginning of it. But here's the coolest part of it. You now have ready-made, open-ended mission field. And it's everybody that you know. One of the least quoted scriptures in the Bible is, true love is a man laying down his life for his friends. Some of you have done that for your friends that are here. If you really have true love for your friends next year, they'll be here with you. Starts Sunday. Yep. 10th through the 15th next year, June. Write it down. Get your notebook. Come on. Next year's camp. Yeah. They're just now realizing we're talking about next year's camp. Oh, yeah. Put it in your phone as soon as you get it. So write it down. Next year, June 10 through 15. Faithful today. Awesome. Yes, we will. That's a definite. Faithful today. So many of you have been influenced by this teaching. I've been influenced by it. It's changed my life. I have used it to mentor with. I've used it in counseling with adults. And it's being faithful today. The verse more than likely is going to be that each one of us should on a daily basis take up their cross and follow Christ. On a daily basis. Look at me. Look. I know you're tired, but I'm going to insert one more little thing. You want to get through this next week and keep some of what you have, it has to be daily. You want to have none of this even get any at all, go away, daily. But the hardest thing for this generation is to have to cook something instead of microwave it. So you can't, it's not easy. It's work. It's something that you have to pursue. That's why Apex literally means exactly what you have to do. Actively pursue excellence. And that's what it's all about. That's next year. That's something to strive for. That means this doesn't end. Next year, if we're good and we're all where we should be, look at me. I mean, some of you rolling your eyes and like, I'm tired. Sleep when you die, pal. Trust me. 52 years old in a couple of weeks. Sleep when you're dead. Get over it. I will run rings around you all day long. I feel great until I get home and then I'm crashing. Because my mind is a whole lot stronger than my body. And my spirit is a whole lot stronger than that. Let's amend those dates really quick. It's 8 through 13. Because when you go forward, you have to take a day off. So it's not... What? Yes. No, you can do it. No. Hey, does anybody have an iPhone or an iPod here that you're going to pick up before you leave? Because Zachary has his laptop and we can take it off his iTunes and put it on your pod now. If you want to do that, or your phone. But we can do that before you leave. You also have a CD. You do it when you get home. It don't really matter. Hey, I really, I'm getting close to him. I'm that serious. I want to say this. Everybody get your CD out. Look at that bad boy. You notice the front of that thing? That's a gloss paint. There's a man in our church. His name is Gene Luker. He sits back there most of the time. He won't be here this Sunday because he is going to a family reunion, which is horrible timing because of how much he's been pulled out because of what happened with his mom. His mom passed away a couple of weeks ago. He's not going to be here this Sunday. Look, you guys know Gene. A lot of you know him. Who knows him? By face, by name, by everything. You know exactly who he is. If we don't roll up on this guy and give him a great big huge hug for doing this. He sat in his home yesterday. He has a duplicator that does CDs, and he made 65 CDs just so we would have it before you guys left. He made all of the fronts. He did every single bit of it. If yours is off center, your eyes are off center because I put all those bad boys on there this morning. Hey, boom. Okay. Thank you. So, thank him. The ladies that were in the kitchen, thank them. the people that took off. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize this or not. Some of you have a serious lack of common sense. You proved it all week long. But your counselors took off from work, used their vacation time to what most people like go to Cancun or East Ave or somewhere, and they leave town, and they came here. That was worthless. So that's all right. Go thank them, man. That's high cotton to me. That's high dollar. That's just high stuff. So go thank them. Yeah, we're winding down because I don't. Yeah, we got to do. We have to do that.
I know. We need to get the other thing back up there.
I will. That thing's easy to get. You got me, Ashley? Who's running?
Ashley.
Okay, put it on like 2 minutes.
Don't break.
But it's not running fast. It's running
Don't
into
break your
things
other
fast.
arm.
Yeah, exactly. Don't break your arm or your foot or something. Not yet. Sit. Wait. Sit.
I just wanted to say that, which I'd already been thinking this, but Brittany and Ashley just came back there, and we really feel like we need to do a once a month Sunday night youth service. I want you guys to invite your friends. Do you guys realize that if each one of you guys invited one person, brought one person with you to camp next year, we would have 100. And you know what? Every year, I reserve enough room for 100 campers. Every year. When in March, I call them, I say 25 rooms. Reserve them. Every year. Because I know one day that's how many we're going to have.
You're going to have to make a bigger month.
So, just be thinking about that. Just invite one person and we'll double this camp next year. That'd be awesome. And just be praying in your prayer time. Our dream is to have our own campgrounds. Whose phone? Okay.
I'll put it on silent.
It's okay.
That's mine.
So if you guys be praying, how awesome would it be to have our own campgrounds? Great.
Oh, it's so freaking cool.
Yeah, we could have so many kids, we could do it more than 1 week. That'd be great.
Some of you think this way. I just want to insert this right here because this is some of the people that are sitting here. It's exactly what happened in their life. More than likely, the time that would have to elapse between now and us having a campground, having 2 or 3 weeks, you guys will be the counselors.
Excellent. Good job.
You guys don't forget to take this.
Yes.
Put it on your nightstand, keychain, somewhere.
Can I wear it as a earring?
No.
Okay, you guys don't forget this. We'll remind you this week. And we want to see you guys back here, okay?
Picture.
We want to see you back here.
Yep.
Okay? Because we've heard that before from a lot of different people. I've had the same speech. So, girls, if we have to come get you, we will.
Amen.
Okay. You guys have our numbers. If you need a ride, let us
I have a
know.
lot of people in my car.
Oh, she said
Right.
that.
Okay.
Oh, we don't need a very hard.
Hey, can we put something on a prayer list?
Come on.
Everybody pray about it. Put this on a prayer list. We want a band that we
You
can
want a
do
band that'll do.
Oh,
She couldn't say the word rap. We want a band that. What?
can we bring the old one?
We want a.
Please, I'll start it.
We want a band that we can really rap on. I mean, yeah. You have to know what it is. You ever seen these roofing trucks and they've got a wrap on it? We want to do a band that's got a wrap on it, has nothing but Apex all over that bad boy.
Yeah.
I want to put Apex across the top so when they fly over one of the police helicopters, they're
As
not
they're
in that.
chasing us?
No.
No. DJ.
I thought you repented.
I was just trolling for people we could witness to.
I'm sorry?
I'm
Oh,
just
they're
trolling for people we could witness to.
you're going to?
As we hit
Over
the
here?
crosswalk.
You can wrap my car right now.